We do not support those people. That's why we're here. We're here because we do not support those people. We do not support those people. We do not support those people. Ma'am, I support your right to free speech and mine. All Americans have the right to free speech. 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 All Americans voting for a president is not hate speech, ma'am. Wearing a t-shirt for the president is not hate speech, ma'am. It's not hate speech, ma'am. I oppose all of that division, ma'am. I oppose violence. It is not, ma'am. In fact, I have been actively violated against.
You are on the wrong side of history.
Racists don't have rights to free speech.
You're on the wrong side of history, and when history
I'm on the right side of history,
you are on
ma'am.
the wrong side
You're on
of
the
history.
side of
You are a
communists.
fascist.
No, ma'am, you're a communist.
Okay, what if I am? Is it
Right.
so bad?
It's a horrible system of slavery, ma'am.
Like fascism is any better? Like
I'm not a fascist, ma'am. You
yes,
should look up who fascists are. No, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're wrong. I'm sorry you're wrong. I'm sorry you're wrong, ma'am. I'm sorry you're wrong. I'm sorry you're wrong.
I'm sorry that you're a fascist. I'm sorry that somebody hurt you so deeply that you have hated
I'm sorry you're wrong.
I hate you.
I'm sorry you're wrong.
Hey there, it's the Unrealist. We're going to talk about something that happened at the Unite the Right Valley 2 last weekend. Now, a quick word on the meta concept of the whole thing. I don't know who this Jason Kessler is, beyond the fact that he used to be involved with the Occupy Wall Street movement. Go figure that one out. Why he thought revisiting an event where someone on his side, whether deliberately or not, that'll be decided in a courtroom soon enough, but revisiting an event where there was a death involved, yeah, somebody needs to teach this kid about optics. Now, with that said, the loser who organized the event, at which only 20, I mean count them, 20 people showed up to fly the flag of white supremacy, whatever. It is Kessler's people, you know, whatever they stand for, he must be the luckiest SOB out there. Because somehow, a guy that was marching for white supremacy, only 20 people showed up. Somehow Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and their fellow travelers managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, by dint of the, let's use the leftists' word, by dint of the Nazis not showing up, it looked like an easy win for the Antifa far leftist side. Just show up, soak up all the media coverage, which, you know, the mainstream media was desperate to give them. They wanted to give them fawning and glowing press. They could dunk on Kessler and his little band who, all day, did they even stay around for half an hour? If you blinked, you missed them. So anyway, either unable or just unwilling to behave for even one day, the leftist hordes, finding no actual Nazis to oppose, they turned on the media, the police, even one of their own who, when his mask slipped down, they mistook him for a quote-unquote Nazi. So instead of the peaceful protesters defeat evil Nazis narrative that the press so desperately wanted to convey, the ugly truth, came out. It was the more or less one-sided event. It was just the far left, and it was seen by most Americans who paid attention to it at all as a wake-up call that Antifa, the far left, they're violent, and the signs and the chants of Antifa revealed what they really stand for. Come on. No borders, no wall, no USA at all. Yeah, most people don't view a revolutionary group of Marxists dressed in black and masked up calling for the elimination of the United States of America as a sane and rational group to follow. Banners calling for the use of bullets to bash the fash, doesn't really appeal to the 99% of people who don't go to political rallies, let alone hang around extremists like Antifa. Here's just another case where in their zeal to oppose largely made-up Nazis, the far left revealed itself for the irrational and violent gang that it really is. A DC area couple, Suzanne Monk and her husband Alexander Duvel, they're very enthusiastic Trump supporters who went to the Unite the Right 2 event to protest against Jason Kessler and white supremacy. Now, so to be clear, they were there to oppose the Nazis that Antifa and their affiliated people there claim to be against. Now, sadly, I suspect that Suzanne and Alexander naively believed that as they were there to oppose Jason Kessler and the white supremacists and Unite the Right 2, they'd be okay for the most part. Well, maybe not. I mean, Suzanne did, after all, take the precaution of wearing a helmet and safety goggles. But this shit show probably started because when they showed up to protest, the police told them that if they were there to protest against Jason Kessler, they would have to go stand on the Antifa side of the police line. And, you know, that set the stage because you have to understand, to Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and their far-left fellow travelers, everyone to the right of Bernie Sanders is a Nazi. There's no nuance with this crowd. You're protesting Nazis and white supremacy? No, you support Trump. Fuck you, Nazi. You're a racist. Basically, by default, half of the voting population of the United States is, by the standards of Antifa, a Nazi. Well, probably more than that if you think about it, because they regard Hillary Clinton and neoliberal Democrats as having to be put against the proverbial wall. But just have a look at the Herculean effort that it took the event security, who wore yellow vests and called themselves the DC Peace Team. Just look at how hard they had to work to protect two middle-aged Trump supporters from the wrath of a rabid leftist horde. They were glitter-bombed, spray-painted, they had water bottles thrown at them. The husband, Alexander, was challenged to multiple fights despite stating his peaceful intentions. He was hit about the head with bottles. I mean, for about half an hour, bedlam reigned, where neither the DC Peace Team or the DC Police could get this husband and wife away from the irrational leftist crowd.
Well, I'd be happy to leave if you could get us to the side without getting because we're consuming a little bit of your security, and we don't want to do it.
Bro, you're around black people all the time.
Yes. We'll take them. We'll take them. You want to tell is he coming with you?
Alex, we're going to go.
Get behind them. We'll take them out.
Okay.
Excuse us.
Have a great day.
Excuse us. Excuse us.
So folks, wow, this is the first shot you get to see of me all glittery. We are getting ready to walk out of the left-wing side. And so, I know, glitter, I'm so sparkly. So we're going to turn this around so you can see what we have to deal with to get out. We're gonna let them yell at us. Literally, I just want to demonstrate. On the peaceful left, you need to actually have a circle of people to walk you out. Sir, that's how peaceful it is. Sir, please be careful. Sir. What you're going to need to do is get me to a police officer so I can be walked out of here safely. Hey! No violence! We're not here to be violent! Are you okay? Okay.
Fuck you, fat shit! Fuck you!
Hey! I need to go to these officers. Sir!
Why you protecting me? Shit! Come back! Go back to Europe! Go back to Europe where you came from! Do something!
I don't hate anyone, sir. Obviously, the hate is on the left.
Make America great?
To be hated by a bunch of fascists? Yes, neo-fascists. That's what you are. Ma'am, I need to get past you.
Come back to say you're a whole bitch. Come back to say you're a whole bitch. How you feeling my city? How you feeling my city now? How you feeling my city now? What's up, bitch? How you feeling my city now?
My city too. It's my city too. It's my city too, sir. It's my city too. It's my city too. We oppose this violence. This is the violence we stand against. We oppose white supremacy and political violence. This is what we're here to stand against. Officers, we're going to need to be walked out of here.
The police right here. Get your hey, fuck you, bitch ass nigga.
We're not with them. We're not with them. Officer, we need to be walked out of here. We've been assaulted. Officer, we've been assaulted. We need to be walked out of here.
These guys on their side.
We need to be walked out of here. We've been assaulted through this crowd. We need to be walked out. Okay. Thank you. I need a little backup. Me and my husband.
You don't get the orders here. That's right now. You don't get the orders here.
Everybody, back up.
Back up. Keep it moving.
So you see there, the DC peace team, they couldn't get them out of the crazed leftist mob. Finally, they got them to the police and handed them off to the DC cops. And that didn't end things, though. Because remember, there were no real Nazis for these people to fight. So these two middle-aged Trump supporters were the only thing resembling a target for the mob's frustration and anger. They surrounded the cops, who frankly didn't look like they knew what to do about the situation. Eventually, after a lot of discussion, it's decided to talk, they talk to the husband and wife, and they figure out where their car is. They decide they're going to have to take them through the angry mob and get them to their car so they can drive away. So this Kafkaesque experience, where two people who are there to protest against racism and racists are being called racists and harangued, harassed, peppered with flying debris. This goes on where the police struggle to get them to their vehicle.
Which way we take them? Sir, yeah, just take them that way. Yeah. Go ahead, follow the officers right here. Go ahead, follow. Where do you need to go? We need to go on the other side.
We need to go far enough away from here that they won't know where we are.
This way. Over here, this way. Do this.
It's not helping. It is.
Did you say something?
Just wait up. Hold on.
We're here to stand against white supremacy and political violence.
That is what we're doing. What are you here for?
We're here to show that Trump supporters are not all racist. We oppose racism. We oppose white supremacy.
All right. You that way, go. You need to go.
Well, are you going to escort us? Will somebody escort us?
If my official lets me, I will, but I won't.
Turn around. Get the mountain bikes. We're going to flank them. Where are you going?
To our vehicle, which is on the other side.
I don't know where your vehicle is. Tell me where you're going.
2 or 3 blocks that way.
That way.
That way.
Turn around.
Yeah, this is.
Take 2 mountain bikes.
Probably need more than 2.
You're just going. Charlotte, grab a couple of mountain bikes.
What do you want to do?
Stand by.
Sidewalk.
Just these 2 people now.
How you doing, officers?
633, and then assist 6164.
Nancy, keep going.
33.
Stop.
33
We're
copy.
going to turn around and see we're getting stuck.
1635.
Flank them left and right. We're going to take
33, what's the location?
Bergen, item.
Turn around.
It's very cool.
Suzanna.
Where's the?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I am actually part of the bisexual community. I can support the president and who I want.
We don't want some fucking.
And whether you want me or not matters. Whether or not you want me matters. We have a free country, ma'am. Have a great day. Have a great day. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree, ma'am.
Take that shit off.
I disagree, ma'am. You have a great day. Have a great day. Great.
You get everybody in position.
Okay, great.
Where you guys park on that side?
What street are we? We're just north of either H or I.
So this is
on
I.
a straight. Yeah, we're just north of either H or I. Just
You don't remember?
just past the park.
You don't remember where you
Just
guys?
past, no, I don't remember the street name.
I have to look it up on the.
I'd have to look it up on the app.
Yeah, we're gonna put the mountain bike guys in the front, then it's gonna be you guys, and then we're gonna have the scooters.
Okay. Great.
Come see you, motherfucker. What's up?
Yes, we denounce Jason Kessler. I 100% denounce Jason Kessler. I also denounce this political violence right here. Officer! Ma'am, that is my van right there, with a white van with the blue stripe. You could surround that so we can get out. Officer, that is my van with the blue stripe right there. You got your keys, honey? Alex, don't go to the car till they set up. Because you're violent. Because you're violent. Because you're violent.
You guys need to get in your car and go.
You're going to need to move these people away from it. Okay. I'm happy to do it if you get them away from my car.
Fuck you! You're not fucking welcome here.
Have a great day, folks. Have a fake day. Officers, thank you.
The bottom line is this. Anytime you get a large group of people together that with no firm command structure, a mob mentality develops. Antifa and their fellow travelers, when they're all mobbed up, they lose whatever empathy they have and they become their own worst enemies in terms of public relations. They alienate more supporters with each of these incidents to the point where they do more harm to their stated goals than any benefit. Was this the worst thing that the far left did this weekend? No. Fighting the cops, intimidating and assaulting the on-the-ground media camera crews, that was probably a lot worse than this. But just as I mentioned before with Jason Kessler and his seeming ignorance of optics, it would seem that the far-left mob is equally oblivious to just how bad the optics are of haranguing and stalking two middle-aged Trump supporters who are vocally protesting against the very people they claim that they were there to protest against. Once again, the far left snatches defeat from the jaws of victory. That's all for this new Unrealist. Like the video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hell, not just YouTube. If you're on BitChute, check out Neo Unrealist on there too. You want to go that extra mile, follow the link below to the Patreon page. All that good stuff. We're just spreading out so we're not dependent on the whims of one company with Bay Area values to determine what we say and how we say it. Thanks for watching.